Podcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hi everyone, Ron here at Ablesys. We'll talk about the charts and buys and sells and stop losses and the trading with AbleTrend. Really flat, sideways, choppy, bunch of nothing on the intraday today. And that's probably going to be expected now to the end of the year, having done this for so many years and watch every minute of the day. It's just going to go, well, that doesn't mean ignore it or don't trade. I mean, anything can happen. It could be a good day in between, but if some news comes out or something unexpected, but I would lean toward the side of a sideways, flat 2 weeks, which is just going on history. Doesn't mean it's going to happen, but that's usually the way it is. So not the best trading the next 2 weeks expected. So let's jump in and take a look at the more longer term, which have been great. Overall, I mean, overall, it's just been a really great year. Using AbleTrend for those who can focus and on the signals and trade the charts and stops and not trade your emotions. And as I always say, that's the toughest part. But for somebody who can and be very robotic about it, boy, they killed them. It's been great. So here we got JP Morgan, JPM, because the software is going to work just as well for the longer term. And obviously the daily and weekly charts for stocks and ETFs have been, fantastic because it's just been such a great year. And especially that the market has been in basically going straight up for the past 2 months, where you can see here, and it's the same rules and colors and dots. We're just looking for triple confirmation. We've got to have a blue bar, a blue small dot, which is the daily dot, meaning there's support below, and the color is blue. Blue means up. Green is sideways. Red is down. So blue bar, blue dot of support underneath it. So you got 2 blues and a blue X, which are weekly. Those X's come in once a week. So we've got blue bar, blue dot, blue X. That's what I always say. That's a buy signal. Red bar, red dot, red X, that's a sell signal, sell short signal. What's this? Because there's a mix of red and blue, that's a no trade zone. No trade. That means the market is a high probability. It's going to be sideways or choppy. Don't trade is what the software is telling us. Let everybody else, get beat up in a probable choppy market. We're just going to do nothing, sit out and not trade, because the AbleTrend, not only will it tell us when to buy and sell, it'll tell us when not to trade. And that's just as important. That's really important, and that's what makes it special, because remember, we're always putting 2 time frames in one chart, sometimes even 3 for day trading, but we're always using multiple time frames, and that's what gives us such a big advantage. So we've got to have multiple time frames and multiple indicators all in alignment, agreeing with each other before we take a trade. That's why it's so low risk. Guaranteed they'll be losing trades. I can guarantee you that for 100% sure. There's going to be losing trades and there's going to be losing days. But if you have the patience and the discipline to take the trades and just be very robotic about it, you'll do extremely well, like this year and last year has been 2 years in a row for especially for intraday trading. It's just been great. But there's losing days. We think we've had 44 winning weeks and 6 losing weeks. So that's the key. And people, and believe me, I totally get it. You have a couple losing, trades in a row. You get a little gun shy on the next one. Well, you know what happens. That's usually the one that's the big winner. So the whole key is to catch the big trends. Don't get nervous and get out of it. Just follow the rules. Use the stops. Just go by what we've been doing for 20 years now, because it's not going to stop working all of a sudden today because you or I are using it. I assure you it's not going to stop working today. But the key is just to be very consistent, disciplined, consistent, and try and trade the signals and not your emotions, which again, sometimes easier said than done. But it's the no trade zones that give us the big advantage. So, option traders or anybody just trading shares, you're in over here at 120, And, we're up at around 138 today. So getting some really, really nice trends in stocks and ETFs because it's just basically been one way. So it's been kind of easy, really. Here's your NASDAQ chart, really just a big mess today, only for the fact because it just didn't move. If it doesn't go up or down and it just stays, sideways in a very narrow trading range, like it did today, I mean, look at this trading range here. I mean, that's as, that's as narrow, I think, as I've seen in a long time. We haven't seen a day like this in a long time. And the VIX is at 12. So, you kind of have to expect very little movement when the volatility index is only at 12, which is very low. What does that mean? It means it's not going to be very good day trading on a day like that. It's just going to be very flat and sideways like it was here today. I mean, this is just unbelievable. That's a 10-point trading range 90% of the day today, which is just unheard of. It's normally about a 60-point trading range, and we're in a 10-point trading range. That just means nobody in the world has much of a chance to make any money because of how flat and sideways it was. However, we still trade the 1, 2, 3 chart, the first and last hour, because that's when you normally get the most movement. First trade, we just, it was just a bunch of small losing trades, some break evens today, just a real bunch of nothing, really. I mean, but the best part, no trade zone here. No trade zone here. It did look how it kept us out of a lot of trading, because really the best thing you do is not to trade on a day, as choppy and like that day. So half the day you can see, fortunately, we weren't trading, but we definitely had some losing trades today. Nobody got beat up because there was so little movement that when you got stopped out, it was stopped out of 4 and 5 points. But that's just the way it was. I mean, nothing much you can do. But here, in here, out there, break even. In here, stop out there, lost 2 or 3 points. Triple confirmation short, break even. Triple confirmation short, break even. Triple confirmation short, win a point, break even. I'll call that a break even. We did have a buy signal at the open. The only thing is, let me just calculate because if it's more than 12 points, we're just going to take the next blue bar, 24. 15 is right on the cusps. But either way, that would have been a losing trade right at the open. And this is the end of the day. Again, just here's the close. Just a bunch of nothing. Short here. Lost 3 points. Hit long trade here, -3. So it was just that kind of a sideways type of day. Even on the 3-9 chart, which is normally where you want to be after the 1 hour, after the first hour, when you can see the first hour is going to be so choppy, and I could kind of tell that right away. I mean, that first hour, which is normally really good trading, it just was nothing. It just didn't move. It was just in a really narrow trading range. So if you see the first hour in a really narrow trading range, VIX is really extremely low. Jump on over to the 3-minute, 9-minute chart, which really wasn't any better today. It's just, just that kind of a day. Sideways day, small losing day. And that's the way it is. Nobody can control the market movement. Just didn't have a lot of movement today in the market. And that's okay. You're going to catch days like that, especially, the last 2 weeks of the year, and even probably more so next week, with Christmas Eve and Christmas. So, just looking at this every day for 15 years, I can tell you the last 2 weeks of the year is usually quite quiet. So we'll see what happens. Stocks have been good. They've been on an uptrend, but even they were flat today too. So yeah, that's how it is. Able trend works exactly the same for all time frames and all asset classes, Bill. Yes, sir. We have 20,000 clients around the world, and it works just as well for stocks as it does for Forex or commodities or day trading or long-term trading. So it just depends on whatever you like to do. Kay is asking, is there a scan? Yes, we have what we call the win tick report. and it's at wintick.com. And we scan the market. The Wintick scans the market every night, 10,000 stocks and ETFs, and it looks for all the new buy and sell signals that came into the markets. Because, I mean, some of these trends in Able Trend are just fantastic. You say, wow, like this, JP Morgan trend here. It's like, wow, how could I get in on that? I mean, I'm not going to get in now, obviously. It's up, a ton of money. I'm not going to chase after it, which is correct not to do that. How do you find this new blue bar with the blue dot? Well, that's what the Wintick report does. It scans 10,000 stocks every night, and it looks for all the new buy signals that just came in. So on this day here, looks like about 10:15, about exactly 2 months ago, this would have been on the Wintick report as a new buy signal. And Barry's asking, is there a triple confirmation with a small dot, large dot, and small x, but color is green? No, we never, ever get in on a green bar, Barry. Never, ever. For years now, we just say, we buy on blue, sell on red only. You can do what you like. I mean, some people actually will get in like on a pullback, back to the dots on a green bar. That's fine if you want to. There's just a little more risk involved. As it turns out, this would have been great on this JP Morgan trade here, but to be lower risk, and Able Trend is all about low risk. We've lasted this long and have this many clients because it's low risk. If it was high risk, people would get blown out. So we like low risk, and we prefer, and again, you can do what you like, but we suggest buying on red, shorting on red, and buying on blue at the close of the 1 minute blue or red price bar. We have trading results on the website. Yes. And I think I got to everybody's question. So I'll be back here again, same time Thursday. I don't believe next week there'll be any webinars because of Christmas Eve. Certainly not Tuesday, just Christmas Eve, and then Wednesday. Actually, the office is closed Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, and Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So yeah, so no webinars next week for the holiday week, but I will be back here again on Thursday. So anything I can do for you, just call or email anytime. Certainly be here all day, this week, every day, and I'm always glad to help. Thanks for being here, everyone, and have a good night.